Hello, Preppersteaders, Homesteaders, Preppers, anybody else who's watching this. We're going to go over one of the best preps, and that is water catchment and the cheapest way to do it. As you can see right here, I've got a rain barrel and a gutter system. One of the things a lot of people don't realize, and I'm going to get the math probably close because I'm going off memory, but 1 square foot of space on your roof equals 0.653 gallons per square foot. So when you do the math and add it up, that is a lot. So just to give you an example, this building right above me, our main house, we have roughly 2,000 square foot of roof, and with a rain, we're gonna get over 1,000 gallons with 1 inch of rain. This 55-gallon drum overflows with 1 inch of rain all the time. I mean, it's just, we have the gutters on every building here now. We have some tanks big, some tanks small. I'm gonna go over the quickest, easiest method if you have gutters on your house. If you don't have gutters on your house, you can go to Home Depot, you can go, any of these places and just get some small gutters and put even on a small section and you'll still get a large return. We've even got gutters on the building over there. I mean, it's one of those things. Collecting water is a cheap, easy prep. So, and like I said, if you already have gutters in your house, you're more than halfway there collecting water. The easiest way to collect rainwater is just get some cheap containers and make sure they're food grade if you're going to use it for drinking. We use the water all the time, and as you can see, this one right here, we just have, this is the kind of lid we have right here on this particular one. It's got a screen in it, and it just screws on, and then the water comes straight down and just comes into there, and it screens out all the crud. What we do though is we just take the lid off like that, and then just take a bucket and a pail and old school and go into there and get our water. I do have more of those 55-gallon drums like that, and I've got hoses to daisy chain them because we are collecting way too much water. We can't even collect it all. So let's go, I'm going to show you this really easy method right now. And as you can see, even on our front of the carport here, we have a gutter system on here. We're trying to collect water everywhere on the property. So as you can see on our main house, we have the 2 big peaks right there, and then we have the front addition here. I didn't calculate the math on there, but just to give you an idea, that particular roof, both sides of the gutters, just to give you an idea, and this is really rough math, but every time we get 1 inch of rain, we get 1,200 gallons of water for every 1 inch of rain, just off the 2 big main roofs. Then we get additional off of there. To give you another example, this building right here, our office here, with 1 inch of rain, we're gonna collect 200 gallons of water. That is a lot of water for such a little building. So just to give you an idea, and I've got it written down now because I know I said it wrong, and it might be different on the internet, but for every 1 square foot of roof with 1 inch of rain, you're gonna collect 0.623 gallons. I think I said 6.25 gallons of water, but it's 6.23 gallons of water. So even a little bit will get you a lot. Okay, as you can see here, this is the system we have on this end right there. We have a slant roof with 1 gutter. It runs the full length. This one can, with 1 inch of rain, can collect 200 gallons. Obviously, we've only got a 55-gallon drum, but the quickest, easiest method to collect water is get a rain collection container. It can be an ICB toad, it can be a 55-gallon drum such as this, it can be a garbage can, anything. You can put it under there in an emergency, and if you get 1 inch of rain, you're gonna fill that thing up. You're gonna overflow it. What we did on this one, I got a 55-gallon drum for free. It was a food grade 55-gallon drum. It had the 2 top spigots on it. I was going to flip it upside down, put a spigot on the bottom, and run hoses and buy all the adapters and everything, and then cut the top off and have the spigots on the bottom. And then we realized we just use buckets like I showed you earlier. So the easiest way to do it is get one of these and then just cut the top off. And the way that these buckets are, the top is much thicker than the bottom anyways. It's got a reinforced ring in there. And then what I use is like an electric Sawzall. And the Sawzall has a tip that's got a guide on it that's about that wide. And I actually just wrote it around the inner ring and it cut the top perfectly. So if you're gonna cut the top off, either start where the holes are in the top and just cut out, or just drill a hole and then cut around. And I drilled holes, so it's just easier. And then one of the things you want to do, this is for a basic cheap system, and I'm going to go into our main big rain catchment system that's got thousands of gallons of tanks and things like that later on. This video is just cheap, quick, and easy. This is, you know, the crap has hit the fan, you want to get some rain collection right away. You get some barrels, like I said, garbage cans, you know, anything. Cut the tops off, put them under your gutters. And then what we have, I got these on Amazon, this screen with a bungee cord around it. It's just a piece of circular cut mesh with a bungee cord and a shock cord around it. You just put it over the top. And that prevents a lot of the crap that's on the top of the roof from flowing in, leaves, you know, bugs, whatever, just getting, you know, because when the rain starts, your roof is covered in pollen, you know, bird crap, bugs, everything, and that gets washed down into your gutter. Our bigger system that I'm going to go over later is going to talk about the first flush system and, you know, the leaf guard and all this other stuff that we have. But for this system, just get some of those mesh covers. You can get them on Amazon. I'll put them in the link. Make your own out of, you know, window screen, whatever. You can put a piece of fabric. The water will go right through the fabric. You can do many different things. You want to just protect it as much as possible, simply and quickly. We leave our buckets like this all the time. They're out here. And then if you're going to use that water, some ordinances and cities have, you know, rules about rain catchment. You can't use it for drinking water. You can only use it for whatever. Some places it's illegal. This is in an emergency. You just pull your bucket out, put it under there, and then put the screen over it to protect, you know, to keep it somewhat clean, and then use it. If you live in one of those areas where they don't allow you to use it for drinking water, just keep it set up and then say you're using it for your garden, which we do. We use ours for the garden. We use ours for the animals. In an emergency, we can take our Berkey filter and then just drink the water, or we can plumb it into the house, you know, and use it for showering, the toilet, whatever. So hopefully this was helpful. Start collecting water. This is one of those cheap, really cheap preps you can do. Barrels like this, you can get them, you know, less than 50 bucks. Most of these are like $20. This one I got for free. You want food grade ones though, because a lot of these have chemicals in them, and you want something that was food grade. That way you can use the water and not have to worry so much about filtering it. You're still going to want to filter it. You're still going to want to wash it. But I mean, because it might have had vinegar in it or something like that, or pickle juice, and you want to rinse it out quite a bit. The easiest way to rinse it out is in times like this when there is really no need, dire need, set it up before a big rain and it will just overflow and wash itself out. That is the easiest way. Like we got 10 inches of rain, this thing was just overflowed completely. You know, like I said, because of 1 inch of rain will overflow this completely. So imagine if you get more than 1 inch of rain. Hopefully this is helpful. Get out there, start collecting water, start collecting your components, barrels, containers, garbage cans. And then like I said, these screen covers are wonderful. They're really cheap too. That's why I bought them. I was gonna make my own out of screen material, and these are just easier. They don't look the best, but they work really good. And really quickly, you can see on here the debris that's collected on these screens, and you can just shake it off, and then, but it prevents all that junk from going into your water. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks again. And I got like 100 and something subscribers this month. So thanks everybody. Thanks all the new subscribers. Thanks again. Until next time. Stay safe. Big camera. I'm still waiting for the temperature of my water to be perfect. It's still warming up. I'm gonna end it there. Thanks. Like and subscribe. I gotta support this shirt. It was a gift. And I love it. I do. So thanks again.